So the main practice today is going to guide us through the manipulation of the system resources, in the sense of we're going to see what are the capabilities of a normal user, and then after we're going to see, uh, we try to explore if there is any process handling system resource. We see how to, and then after, at the end, we will try to use a methodology via which we will be able to control and admit the administration of the system resources. So, as per the example of the system resource, we talk the security authorization management manager, the SAM database actually from the Windows uh, directory, and the tool we are going to use to see whether a process is controlling a resource or not is the handlers. It's also from Microsoft. And then after, another tool which is the ShadowCopy, we will be using to draw the line to the history. We'll try to recover resources. We'll try to use it to administer, let's say, system resources, whether it's some database or any others. We see them differently. Actually, it's not the first time we meet them, but we'll see them differently today. So to do so, let's start our work inside our virtual machine. So I'm going to start my virtual machine. I'm going to close this one, and I'm going to start a new one. So I'm going to boot my virtual machine. Yes. I'm going to refer to Windows 10 based machine. Okay. This is the one that we activated against the offline access last time. So no updates usually. Yes, here is the BitLocker activated. So I'm going to remember the password if I did not forget. Yes, it went. It is driving me through. Yes. Okay. I'm going to move to the full screen mode. Yes, here I am in. Here I am in. Immediately, without delay. So immediately, let's talk about the system resources in question. Yes, immediately we handle the Windows. Yeah, so our system resources, they can be only Windows resources. So PC, C drive, Windows, System 32. Yes, sum. Here we're going to search for the sum. Manager, I believe manager first of all. I'm going to search for the sum for directory. So sum here to find it. Here it is. So open for the location. It's inside the log files. This is the sum. I open it. Actually, it has not to be empty. I'll come back and wait for the result, the search to finish. It is not showing anything. So I'm going to come back here. I'm going to come back, yes. System32, then config, here it is. Yes, administration, true, some, here it is, the database. Here is my database. I try to copy it. Okay, copy. I'm going to paste it on my desktop. No, will not be able to do so. So I'm going to tell him to try again and again and again and again and again and again. He will never succeed. He will never succeed. Why? Because it's system resource controlled and managed using the some of the handles. Well, it is being used. Any other resource can I use? Any other resource? Absolutely no. Let me take this security high. I'm gonna try to paste it here. Paste security. The default is security. Try again. Again. It will never stop telling me you cannot. You cannot. So it is a secured resource. Oh, okay, great. So immediately, without delay, I'm gonna download the handles tool to know what handles are controlling those two processes. So I'm going to open my browser and I'm going to surf to sys live internals or live.sys internals. Microsoft repository where its solutions is available there. Sys. Okay, I'm going to see the handles. Yes, here it is, the handle 64. I'm going to use the system, the handle 32-bit, whatever. It's okay. It will run. It will give me the result I need. Downloading. 0 second. Scan of a virus. Yes, terminated. So I'm gonna show in folder. Here it is. It is in the downloads. Double click. It will not do anything. Here, actually, the approval for this one. Okay, let's be agreed. Terminate. Double click again. Terminated. Because it does not have to be utilized this way. It's not with a double click. Why? Because I'm going to run the command prompt from here. I'm going to run the command prompt from here. No, there is no command prompt here. I'm going to write the CMD as a normal user. So here, as a normal user, I'm going to refer to my to this location here, the downloads. I'm going to say CD here, users here, downloads. Immediately. Great. Okay. DIR 1R. Okay. Here, handle. We have the handle is available there. I'm gonna call the handle now here. Will it do something? Not close only. It will just try to list all the availabilities here, whether it's history. With its specificities only, and it will stop there. It will not close because we call the handle here in this level. What I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna just move. I will not move. I will leave this one like this because خلاص now in my location. I have the dir. I have the handle with me. So I'm gonna move to where side and the sum and the other let's say resources available. Move to where they are. Means the Windows folder, the system32, the config. Here they are. So I'm gonna copy the path here. Shift keyboard. Press the shift key. The shift pressed. Right click. Copy as path. Here it is. Copy as path. Then come back here. I'm gonna say handle space, paste, enter. No matching handles found. No matching handles found for this sum. Means it is not being it is not capable to detect what handles are being utilized in this sum. To be sure, to say that it is the same, actually, I'm gonna just call it with this extension, which is not the problematic view at all completely. Yes, the same. No matching handles found. So far, it is not finding any handles controlling this sum. Okay, for the purpose only of this practice, I'm going to take off this quotation and enter. Still, nothing is there. I'm going to take off the exe, which is not making any problem at all, any sense. Still nothing. I'm going to say system 32 only. There is no need for the config and so on. Yes, great. Great. So now it is telling me other details. It is giving me more details. I'm going to see the config only. I'm going to take off the config only. So yeah, so Explorer is opening the config. So we just have this folder. Those two folders, they are open. He detected to us the first, the second. I'm going to close the latest that has been opened, which is this one. Latest in the time, I mean. Still, it is showing two handles. So I'm gonna recall the handle again. Yes, here it is. It's showing two, whatever. We have only one is already still running, but still he's capable to read two handles because it seems to be it did not get closed yet. The process ID 3792. So whatever, regardless, he actually we are able to somehow capable to see the system resources. We are able to see that they are being utilized somehow. The purpose here is not to stop at this level, but to reach, to modify, to copy at least, and so on. This sum here, if I come back here, I'm going to copy it. We saw. I'm going to copy to a folder, into a folder inside the documents, for example. New. I'm going to create a new folder. Let's say forensics. I'm going to do paste. It will appear again and again. No, it will not. It will not open. It will not run. So I'm going to cancel here. I'm going to cancel here. So here at this level, it is being utilized, and it is shown that it has been actually somehow referenced because the folder is being detected where it is located. This sum. So what is the end of the day story here? Here actually we would like to know that we will be able later on, if any succeeds to copy. Actually, so far the sum is secured since it cannot be copied. So it is secured, and not only being secured, but secured and cannot be neither copied neither altered. So it is secured and yeah, guarantee that it will not be actually modified somehow. So, but does not mean that it cannot. No, it can. It can be somehow. It can be. There are scenarios via which the SAM can be hacked. The SAM database or the full directory, the config. So how to do the system precaution and how to make analysis saying that yes, it has been copied or not. Uh, let's dig in. So this context of this shadow copy here will solve to us whatever we need. Will solve us the request we need, which is to explore a content and see its history. How to? If I refer to any folder, if I refer to any folder here, and I see try to see the properties of this folder, there is a previous version. There is a version window or tab, which is capable to demonstrate to us if we need actually a previous version from a given folder. But for now, no, we do not need. I'm gonna close this folder also. Yeah. So what we are going to do now is the manipulation of this shadow copy in order to be able to administer our storage space. How to do so? So I come back to my virtual machine. I come back to my virtual machine. And before I do anything, actually, our guide here, actually, we have our solution, which is the secret behind actually is the shadow copy function. I'm gonna just call the VSS admin the visual, let's say, admin window that would actually be helpful to us to list data from a resource to another, given from a resource, something like that. As for example, the this whatever. Let me execute. Let me execute. So inside the same virtual machine, I'm gonna just do VSS admin list shadow. Okay, so he's giving me suggestions. I made a mistake. VSS admin list shadow. Okay, so far actually it is suggesting to me to use the VSS admin list shadow with one of those properties here. So I'm gonna utilize these list shadows. Okay, so I'm gonna VSS list shadows. Okay, you do not have the correct permission now. It's a completely different message now. Now we are talking about the permission. Are you able? Are you sick or not? So um, the permission, yeah, we're talking about the administrator to do so. We will still have the chance to do it. Don't worry. Just now we know that we are on the right track. Now we are sure that we are doing the thing correctly. So I'm gonna actually I'm gonna just retype the same command, but again correctly now. List shadows actually list shadows. So clearly said you can okay, the list shadows does not have any entry for us so far. Why? Because we do not have, as users, we do not have the right permissions. Who am I? Yes, I'm Fulan. Right click. So I'm gonna move to the system admin, to the system level. I'm gonna raise up my potential. Since this user here, this candidate here, it happened the normal and habitual, let's say, references. I'm gonna raise my status. So I'm gonna use the PS the PS exact. Yes, the PS exact. minus S minus I minus D. Okay, actually, PS exact. I don't know if it's in this directory or not, but we'll try. We'll try PS exact. Draw the CMD. Okay, enter. It's not recognized, so I will download. I will download. Okay, so because we do not have this PS exact installed, what I'm gonna do? We need it inside the virtual machine. No, we need it inside the virtual machine. So PS exact. So I'm gonna say syslist sys live. Here is my browser. PS exec from the same list. I'm going to search for that PS exec. Yes, here it is. I'm going to use the 32-bit, whatever, because already I have the 64-bit. Let him get download. Yes, done. I'm going to store it. Okay, resource downloaded. Whatever. Yes, great. So I'm going to close this tab. I'll come back to where I was. PS exec. Okay, downloaded. I'm going to move to the downloads where we have downloaded that. Yes, so Windows E downloads. And it's here. Network. Okay, C drive. Downloads. We don't have, where we downloaded that actually. Let me just check. Did we download that? Control J. Let's do that. Showing folder. Yes, here it is. Okay. Let's try to agree. Yes, here it is. Agree. Okay, it will not show anything. But from this same location, which is the downloads, I'm gonna call the CMD again. PS exec dot exe minus S minus I minus D. Yes, here on the CMD itself, it's still be saying it's not recognized. I'm gonna move to the downloads where the this exactly exists. Download CD downloads. Yes, now let me execute. Yes, access denied. We have another message now. Access denied. This access denied means actually we are the right track, but we have an obstacle that we have to pass. This obstacle is the administrator level, let's say administrator level capabilities. No more, no less. Can we be? Yes, there are trials to do so. There are trials to do so. Completely we. Let's trespass this access denied. So I'm gonna open the CMD as an administrator. CDC, then C. Yes, I run this. I'm gonna run this administrator actually. Sorry, CMD. Right click as administrator. Just waiting for it to load only. I made the mistake. Seems to be. No, I'm gonna because of the BitLock actually. Did I miss the password? Downloads. This exact downloads. We have it actually. We have it here. It is. Just to be sure that I downloaded it in the right position. No more. No less. Control J. No, no. Here it's the edge. Did I download it outside of the virtual machine? It is inside the virtual machine only. Yes, here it is. And here it is. Okay, that's great. That's great. So let me come back to the command prompt. Here we pointed ourselves. Okay, see, then cd users, cd Murad, cd downloads. Wait, yes. Now ps exec, ps exec minus s minus I minus d tmd from that. The batch file. Ps exec is not recognized as an internal or external command. No, it is, it is. But it is not to be run on a normal computer, so I have to run the CMD as an administrator. Okay, let me do it. as administrator. We have it open already. Let me just use the same. Let me use the same. So here. So I'm going to use the administrator first of all. Sorry. Okay, we have it already. So now I'm going to execute the same command again. Yes. Yes, exactly. It's not recognized as internal external command. Still, it's not able to. While if I do dir, yes, exact. Yes, exact. I see. I see. I see. I see. Regardless, I knew the reason actually because it has been hidden from the kitchen. Actually, I was doing something there, and let's just immediately pass to activate the shadow copy without generating the without displaying the content of this sum. Well, the sum is not. We are not going to open actually because it has only hashes and things like that. This is the database. This is the security authorization. Let's say management database. So the shadow copy for that, but also as an administrator, TMD, as administrator. Again, no, I do not have to have the. Am I inside the virtual machine? Yes, here it is. Now CMD. Right click admin. Yes, here it is. There is no password here. Now I'm gonna call the CD. Okay, users. CD mobile. Okay, CD downloads. Okay, now dir. I will have the PS exec. Here it is. I will call the PS exec now. The PS exec minus S minus I minus D on the CMD itself. Okay, it runs very fine. Great. Now, and here we have the CMD already running here. So if I come back with the history to the original context using this one, can we make a rename to the sum? For example, in system 32, I'm gonna just move to the config. The config, yes, I'm here. Dir now. Amongst of them, the sum. My directory, actually, my resource. Yes, here it is. It is asking us to generate a shadow copy to a resource. So this is what we are going to do right now. We are going to generate a shadow copy via which we are going to point the directory to display. PowerShell immediately. I'm going to use the command prompt itself. I'm going to use the same command prompt. Let me come back over here. So get WMI underscore object. Actually, this object here will help us to reach the WMI components, no more, no less. So list very selfish behavior. Win32 Windows. Yes, great. So I'm gonna just make the shadow copy immediately. There is no, there is no. Actually, it is not get WMI. Here it's get WMI. It's not G. Okay, enter. Get WMI is not recognized as an external, let's say, resource. So he's not able to recognize what he did. So why? Because we have to finish the same the full command. Yeah. So the same process. Windows 32 and the shadow copy, no more, no less. Getting yes, so I have to close it. Usually I test. I have he's saying that it's not recognized. WMI object, WMI object, get WMI object. Okay, let me spell it like it has to be. Get WMI object. Win 32 list. Okay, WMI object. Did I miss something? Okay. Um, I activated the special characters. The syntax actually for that, it is to just call one method, which is the create, for the drive, the C, and one parameter just to attribute the accessibility to any user of this create over the C drive. No more, no less. So we are just linking the WMI object. We are just referring to the WMI object to open, or let's say to have an access to what has been actually listed earlier as shadow copies. Here, enter was unexpected at this time. What did he say? Create, he said. Was not expected. Okay, I'm gonna move to the PowerShell. I'm gonna move PowerShell or shell. Let him open. Yeah, great. PS, we are in PS here. Okay, great. I'm gonna paste. I'm gonna bring it again. I'm gonna bring it again. So here, yeah, here. Yes, now it works very fine. Accessible. I'm gonna close this parenthesis. Control C. Yes, it works very fine. because we launched this command, I did not close it, so it is stuck in me there. Let me open a new CMD in administer mode. No, virtual machine. Where am I going? CMD. Yes, here. CD, let's say. Okay. CD users. CD what? Downloads. Just to specify the file. The directory, no more, no less. Okay. Here, actually, without delay, I'm gonna just call the PowerShell. Yes, it will work very fine. And from here, immediately, I'm gonna just execute that shadow copy method. Okay, get WMI. Here it is, get WMI object, minus list, okay, list, Win32. Win32, yes, shadow copy. Yes, great. So here, this shadow copy will be a method that has the get WMI object, list Win32 is the same directory, and here this one. What did I do? 32 shadow copy. Copy. Okay, create. Come on, type on a site. The two parameters. The first one is the C drive. Second one is client accessible. My second one is that's great. So what I'm gonna do now, I miss so what Win32 here. Dot create C drive. Yes, comma here and client accessible. Quotation first. Parameter cannot be found except argument shadow copy. Shadow spelling shadow copy. Yes. Still, a positional parameter cannot be found except argument shadow copy. Shadow copy is capital C. But they have to respect the syntax, the spelling, no more, no less. Shadow. Uh, 32. All are capital shadow copy. Not create. Cannot be found except argument shadow copy. Yeah, okay, if I type just get W on my object. Okay, class, I'm gonna say here list. Object. List win 30. Win 32 shadow copy. Positional parameter cannot be found except argument shadow copy. Yes, and here I have one shadow copy which is actually referenced with this ID. Now, if I just come back to call the VSS admin, VSS admin list, let's say I'm gonna say enter, and now here VSS admin. With it, I'm gonna sorry, this is the one. With it, I'm gonna use this list shadows, and we'll see VSS admin. List shadows. Yes, here it is. And now we have actually a shadow, a copy. Here it is, a volume. This is the one. And it is dated to today, 18th of April, which is the one we just generated now. Which is the one we just generated now. See what I'm going to do now? I'm going to just open the, let's say, I'm going to delete those two. I'm going to delete those two. So in downloads now, I'm going to delete them completely. Delete. Yes, delete it. Close. I open downloads again. I'm going to close all here. I'm going to close all. I'm going to open the downloads again. Yes. Nothing is empty. This folder is empty. Yes. I'm going to generate a second shadow copy now. I'm going to generate a second shadow. There is no need. There is no need. I'm going to create a link. I'm going to create how to rectify, how to recover, how to generate a copy of that, how to generate an evidence that they was there users, Murad, and then after downloads is empty. Yes, so for sure they are deleted. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this volume here, which is this value, up to here, to recover what we have deleted now from the downloads. How to do? I'm going to create, let's say, a virtual link, make a link, MK link. I'm going to give it the name. Here, actually, MK link. It is a CMD. I'm going to exit. I'm going to exit this PowerShell. Yes, خلاص. Now I'm going to say MK link. Great. So MK-link, we have to use it with the parameters in order to create a directory. Just immediately, I'm going to just give it a name. MK-link, I'm going to say evidence. I'm going to give it a path to, in between double quotation, which is the, no, which is this volume here. From the beginning to here. Edit, copy, and then I have to paste it here. We have no paste here, so I'm going to redo it again. So copy, edit, paste. Yes, here it came. But at the end, I'm going to add a backslash in order to terminate it. I added this backslash here to terminate it. Without delay, immediately I'm gonna press enter. Symbolic link created for evidence. Location where it is in this downloads here. Let me come back to the downloads here now, the folder downloads. Evidences. So it is shortcut. Why? Because the one we created now, it is a shortcut only. So I'm gonna just redo this MK link, make evidence. I'm gonna say that it is D drive D / D. Enter now. Cannot create file. File already exists. The name. I'm gonna change the name. Not evidences, but I'm gonna say evidences with S. Created. We have a folder now, a drive named evidences. Let me come back. Check it's in downloads. Yes, here it is. Well, double click. It has something. Let me go to the users. Murad. Downloads. And those are the files we deleted. We were able to recover them. So we recovered them, and this is the evidence that they were actually utilized or being utilized inside the system, no more, no less. So I'm going to stop at this level, and I'm going to give you this recording area. So in conclusion, here just some summary, small actually.